everyone, it's Froggy, and I'm back again with another episode of Will a Wonderful World. So I literally just closed out of the, what is it, Alicia and Chang Min one, and I've got her yawning. I've got a cutscene now, so... it's so boring. Master's been sleeping much more recently. He's always asleep every time that I bring him his tea and snacks. But everything is gone when I come back to take the tray. I don't even see him awake. And it's still snowing so hard outside. Every day feels the same. It's strange that I'm also starting to feel sleepy. I should go and take a nap. Oh. Wait, it's over? Can I just skip? No? Okay, well I'm just gonna wait for this to... I'll come back when it's over. Alright, we're at the end of the cut, or the credits now. Afterwards, both Willie and Myth fell into an internal hibernation. Unfortunately, you didn't uncover the truth behind this world during your exploration. After their departure, you have become the new owner of the house. After loading from the final ending, you may continue helping the humans, but neither Willie nor Myth will respond to any of your decisions or questions. Gone with the dreams. Yeah, I'll save the final ending, I guess. Sure. Why not? So her name was Myth? Well, at least now we're not on a time limit. So I don't know why, but like this isn't moving on. It's supposed to. Key evidence. My father. Ugh, I don't have the S for that one, so that would probably be helpful then, I guess. Okay, so we're gonna try to get the S rank on this one. So the child stopped crying. Gray truck. The foreigner. I heard a loud collision. Okay, so this is supposed to be the S rank, but I'm not entirely sure how to get it. Okay, so I started messing around with a bunch of stuff, and then I went back to Chang Min's very first one, Here I Come, and instead of selecting the S one, I selected the X one, and now I've got a new letter.
내 탓이야. 바보같이.
The lives in the archives. Okay. It was another beautiful day outside. I took 2 lunch boxes out of the microwave in the second floor break room. Then I went back to the basement. At the end of the hallway, there was a door with a yellowish sign that read Archives. I pushed the door open and yelled, "Nana, lunch is ready!" A woman with messy hair and dark circles under her eyes walked out from the inner room. She was almost my age, but she was more senior than me here, my only co-worker in this archive room. I know I'm 2 months younger than you, but don't call me by my nickname. It's so embarrassing. Nana put the boxes in her hands on the desk near the door and took her lunchbox from me. She went back to her seat, picked up the teapot, and poured 2 cups for the both of us. A basement that must have its lights on, and even in the morning. 2 boxes of homemade lunch. Steam coming out of 2 cups of tea. That was my everyday life since I had become a police officer. I had nothing to do with justice, but it was peaceful. The room suddenly went dark. The power was out. Someone knocked on the door. It was Lieutenant Kim from Unit 3. He said that he wanted to check our records and evidence for case C0795. I went to the record room that was almost 200 square meters in size, walked to the second last row, and picked out the files. Then I heard Nana screaming. Startled by Nana's screaming, I rushed out of the record room. By the candlelight in the outer office, I could see that there were 3 more people beside me. Lieutenant Kim, Nana, Minjun from Unit 4, who would often come and hang out with us here. Minjun picked up something from the desk, dropped it on the floor, and then stomped on it with his foot. He pulled out a napkin from his pocket, wrapped up the thing on the floor, and threw it in the trash can. Thank you, Minjun. That was so scary. What just happened? I closed the door to the record room behind me, still confused. It was a bug. He was just eating my lunch when I saw a bug inside my food. A huge one. Eh? I've never seen any bugs in our basement. What kind of bug was it? It was like a ball, with stripes around it and a hard shell. It was almost as big as my thumb. I didn't look too closely, but it was so gross. Ah, I see. That was the fried silkworm cocoon I made this morning. Later, Lieutenant Kim left with his files. Minjun went into the armory across the hall from us. Nana told me that if I ever put bugs on our food again, that she would stop talking to me. She said that she'd rather I brought those Chinese snacks called horrels. Although she used to think those were made of rotten strawberries, she eventually got used to it. Bugs, however, were absolutely non-negotiable. The power was soon restored. We were still talking about Chinese snacks at our desks when Nana smelled something burning. When we finally found out what was happening, the record room was already engulfed in flames. And then I realized that when I had run out of the room because of Nana's scream, I had forgotten to take the candle out too. The fire was quickly put out. Nevertheless, the station had lost 1/6 of the evidence for the open cases that were still being worked on. I was naturally expelled. Chang Junmin. Oof. Oof. What a day. Someone knocked on the door. The power suddenly went out. We'll do that. And hope for the best. I went back to the outer office. By the candlelight, I could see that Minjun from Unit 4, who would often come and hang out with us, was also there. He might have come in when he heard Nana's scream on his way to the armory. Nana was mad about the fried silkworm cocoons that I had put into her lunch. However, Lieutenant Kim was not there. Where's the lieutenant? When the power went out, he took a phone call and he said that there was some emergency that he would come back later. Nana responded, still upset. I'll wait for him to come back then. I set the bag of evidence to case C0795 on the desk next to the door. I went back to my seat, opened my lunchbox, and refueled myself for the rest of the afternoon. C0795. I heard someone mumble behind me. I turned around and saw that Minjun had not left yet. He was staring intently at the record Lieutenant Kim had requested. Don't touch it. Case files starting with C are classified material, only accessible by lieutenants and above. I told Minjun with my mouth still full of food. Technically, Nana and I were not allowed to read the classified documents either. However, having to sit in the archive room all day in and day out, I knew exactly what was in that bag. C0795 was a fatal shooting that happened on White Goat Hill. An old man living nearby was shot and killed by a rifle with only one shot. The case had been under investigation by Unit 3. However, since there was no bullet at the crime scene, not much useful evidence had been found. Cases like this that lacked evidence in which the victim was an unidentifiable civilian were not unusual. What did make it unusual, however, was that it was labeled classified. That was why I remembered this case so well. After lunch, I took my usual walk and went to the bathroom on the first floor. While I was walking past my colleagues coming and going, I couldn't help but feel a little dispirited. No matter how much interest I had in these cases or what kind of theories I had, I couldn't help anyone out. I used to be so ambitious. How did I end up here in the archive room? I need to work harder and hope for a transfer or even a promotion. When I came back to the evidence room, the power had been restored. Minjun was already gone, while Lieutenant Kim had been waiting for me. Excuse me, sir. Sorry about the wait. Here is everything on case C0795. I looked over at the desk near the door. It was spotless, and there was nothing on it. Where is the bag I put on the desk? Nana looked away from the computer screen. You mean the evidence from the expired cases? The janitor just took all of them away earlier. What? I sprinted outside, asking everyone if they had seen the janitor. I ran all the way around to the garbage processing center. But there must be millions of tons of garbage here. The center would burn thousands of tons of garbage every day. I threw myself into the piles of garbage and started digging. I didn't stop until the sun had come out again the next day. Still, I couldn't find the bag. It was already time for work. I walked into the station defeated and smelled like hot garbage. Lieutenant Kim was chatting with Lieutenant Kang of Unit 4's office wing. I stood up straight and gave them a salute while loudly and clearly telling them that I had just lost all of the files regarding case Z0795. Everyone in Unit 4 stared at me with a strange look. Lieutenant Kim was even more outraged. He grabbed my collar and dragged me into the hallway. Miraculously, I had not received any serious repercussions afterwards. I had also tried to access the electronic case files for case blah 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 to see if I could help out with anything else. It turned out that the case did not have any electronic record at all. Okay, rank A. Went in the record room. Worried about Nana, I rushed out of the room. By the candlelight in the outer office, I could see that there were two more people besides me. Nana Minjun from Unit 4, who would often come and hang out with us here. However, Lieutenant Kim was not here. Minjun picked up something from the desk, dropped it on the floor, and then stomped on it with his foot. He pulled out a napkin from his pocket and wrapped the thing, blah, blah, blah. Thank you. It was scary. What happened? Okay. I'm bugging her lunch. Fried cocoons. Where's Lieutenant Kim? The power went out and he got a call. I'll wait for him to come back then. I set the banana next to the door. Heard someone mumble behind me. Turned and saw that Minjun had not left, and he was staring intently at the records. Don't touch it. Blah, blah, blah. I was chewing my fried silkworm when I smelled burning. Okay. Minjun quickly put out the fire during the chaos. However, somebody had taken the bag of evidence regarding case 0795. Although Lieutenant Kim was really angry when he yelled at me, nobody had the time or energy to follow up on where the bag had gone or who had taken it. Because of the fire that I had caused, the station had lost 34 pieces of evidence relevant to open cases that we were still working on. I was naturally expelled. Oops. Room suddenly went dark. Someone knocked on the door, and then I heard Nana scream. Maybe that? I went back to the outer office by the candlelight that I could see that Minjun from Unit 4, who would often come and hang out with us, was also there. He might have come in when he heard Nana scream from the armory. These are the files and evidence that you requested for case C0795. I grabbed the heavy bag of materials with both hands and handed it over to Lieutenant Kim. The lieutenant said nothing. He took a glance at Minjun and then left. Minjun watched as he walked away and left for his own business. The power was soon restored. Nana and I went back to our usual routine that had nothing to do with justice, but it was peaceful. That's good. So none of this is good now. Alright. I guess I'll end this episode here for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see more videos from me, then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.